Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, Twitch. Hope everyone's having a good day. Welcome back to Let Us Play. I'm your host, Father Evan, and I need to fix this audio because it's lagging. There we go. It does this thing where every so often it just randomly decides to lag itself by a second, and if I'm listening to that, it's that weird, like, oh, it's just off and it makes it hard to talk sort of thing. But anyway, good to see y'all. Happy continued Easter. Happy Feast of the Annunciation. Solemnity even. Good to see you, Bree, Kit, and Clutch. Clutch, I love that you're my hype man. I'm here for it. It's great. And Bree, I am always here for a gif of a cat. I like cats. They're great. Hope everyone's having a good day. Hope you got some eye protection if you're going to watch the eclipse. I didn't feel like doing it. We're not in the path of totality. It's like 90% coverage here, which is still pretty good, I guess. But I've been in partial eclipses before, and I just felt more like streaming. So, there's that. Yeah, more cat gifts. But let's go ahead. Let's dive into the... Oh, wait. I got to thank you first. Thank you to Joshua Mary Streams for the follow. Thank you so much, Joshua Mary. Welcome to the channel. It's really cool hanging out with you in your channel the other night, Josh, and talking about music and jamming out. You're a good guy. You only have 50%, hardly noticed. There you go. Gale! So many cat gifts. Surprised I don't have a cat gif emote. But, yeah, let's... Last time we solved the Rancor puzzle, which was odorous. This can be sung to the tune of Dear Maria, Count Me In. Well, there you go. Why don't I have a cat gift? Because I haven't had reason to make one. But we are currently looking for a Jedi here in the sewers who's captured by slavers, so... Oops, I was not paying attention to my health. Today is bread day, a day when I bake bread. Nice. We're just going to reload this save, because I wasn't paying attention to the health of my team here. And that is a good point. Who needs a reason to make bread? Also, these guys are very chill. Up until I get pretty close. Mostly winging it because I didn't have enough Benny One Flower to be making an amalgamation instead. Yeah, that's fair. Why weren't you helping? Maybe I should reinstall KOTOR. I think you should. You'll probably do much better than I am, but I'm just bad at it. You just had your second driving lesson. Got to put your rosary on the rearview mirror, concentrate on the car. Very nice. Just be careful when you're learning that it swinging around isn't too much of a distraction to you. We are all mutually ineffective at what we're doing here, so I'm going to toss a grenade. Does anyone, want to hit this guy? Come on. Please. You're a Wookiee. Go up and just tear his arms off or something. The shooting is in rhythm strange. It's just like real Star Wars lasers don't hit. Fair enough.
What?
Sure.
Get off the ground. Chewed corpse. Oh look, med packs. We're gonna need those. Why are there stairs here? They don't go to anything. What a weirdly designed room.
Huh?
Sure.
What?
Sure.
So I was thinking about this game and the morality system, and what I found interesting in reflecting on it is it's not every choice. Like, it's not every conversation automatically has a good choice and a bad choice. There are certain key actions, and it gives you kind of the flexibility when it's not those standard, or when it's not those key choices, to kind of roleplay a little and have some of the gray area, and I appreciate that. Let's see, Distillations, MacGuffin, makes her so vital, battle meditation, is urgency by Timothy Zahn for the Throne trilogy, mostly a way to explain exactly what Palpatine did to make the Empire was more effective. Like much of Zahn's work, is survived into the new canon. No, if the Annunciation being today, it would mean that Christmas would be in January. Not April. It'd be very confusing if the Annunciation and the Nativity were in April. Perfectly good joke ruined by my typing. Yep, I'm afraid so.
What?
Sure.
And now I'm out of med packs. This bodes well. Also, there's bass bumping. Oh, did Meep appear? Meep? Or is he having a bad day? Sometimes he's a bad day. Well, no, but we get Rotda. Well, today is the Feast of the Annunciation. Wonderful, beautiful feast. Mary's yes to God, be the mother of God. But a very important thing in that to remember is, one, we get to celebrate Easter because of Mary's yes, but also God desires to work with us, not force us into something, so...
Please don't hurt me. I just serve the food here, that's all. I'm not like these others. I'm not even a Black Vulcar. Please don't kill me.
I just want to ask you a few questions.
All right. I still don't know how much help I can be, but I sure hope you get rid of all the Vulcars. I hate them.
They're so vulgar. Where can I find a prototype?
I've never heard of such a thing. I guess it might be in the garage on the lower level. That's where
Gotta
all the
love our
Vulcars
mom.
go to work on their swoop bikes, but I've never been down there. The elevator is protected by a security system. Only the Vulcars are allowed to go down there.
Hmm. I'm looking for a prisoner, a woman named
That's a
Bastila.
public
One moment.
soldier? I heard one of the Vulcar mention her, but she's not here. He said Brejik didn't trust his men around her. I guess she's too important to be a slave here in the kitchens. Getting pawed and groped and kicked and spit on like me. Brejik must have taken her somewhere safe.
Can you find your way out?
Now that you've killed the guards who were supposed to watch me, I think I could find my way out of here.
Get out of here.
I'm free to go? You're not gonna kill me?
Why would I
don't know
kill
how
you?
I can ever repay you. Thank you. Thank you. I have to get out of here before any of the Volkers see me.
Light side points. See, case in point. Events like that. Oh, shoot. There's a Volker there. Let's run. I didn't want you to engage, but okay, here we are. Just when I think I get something working, it breaks again. Anyway, do people exchange almonds and chocolate-covered almonds during Easter in the U.S.? Not really. Like, some people might have that in their Easter basket, that's for sure, but it's not like a thing. That's interesting, though. I do like chocolate-covered almonds. Ooh, adrenal strength. Isn't that? I thought that was an implant I just picked up. Maybe it's a mod. Must be a mod.
Yes?
Sending K-Max love. That's good. Try clicking the flurry action instead of the standard action like you've been doing. Yeah, I need to do the special attacks more. I also need to use grenades more. Open a door, throw a grenade, run away. Like that. Why does the cook have a sword? How many bits for candy? Still 300. 300 bits for candy. I still have plenty of weird candy to... It's a chef's knife. Right. What was I thinking? I feel like I'm in a club. Can't quite put my finger on it, but... You need something to slice the bantha meat. I read that as banana meat and was very concerned. I know that sound and I'm terrified. Thank you for the 300 bits, Kit. I'll get to it as soon as I'm done destroying this droid. Alright, how many pickleballs are left? 0. I got rid of them. I threw them out, except for the ones I'm bringing home. But anyway. Wheel of Pain. Turn, turn, turn. Tell me the candy, but I must consume. Earn. Ooh, cactus candy. All right. Oh, shoot. Well, that'll be fine, actually. Because it'll refresh when it opens. Anyway. Cactus candy. This is made with prickly pear fruit. If you like sweet with just like a little bit of sour to it, just a hint. Hmm. Do I have any other healing item, just out of curiosity? I do if there's robots. You're happy and it's your bits. There you go. Sure, slice into the system. Failure. Failure. Who has a better... computer use? We're the same. Okay. When you get off planet, this is going to go so much easier. Banked levels into Force User. That's the plan. And I know I'm basically there. Like, I'm almost... Oh! Okay. That's what the security panel's controlling. I need the main terminal. Okay. Reading the prompt explains the prompt. Hey, Ms. Oakmine, good to see ya.
Good, good. Let the power of the Star Wars flow through you.
A med pack. Yay. And now it's gone. How you doing, Mrs. Oakmine? Oh, it's disabled. Interesting.
Yeah?
Yes?
You wish mines are useful in this game? Yeah, it's one of those where it's like... Broken down old bartender droid. Sure, why not? Oh, I don't have that many parts, actually. Oh, well. I mean, they're interesting in that, you know, they have an effect, but they're not really... You can't really use them to place and get enemies to walk into them. This is what happens when you adapt D&D system to a world without convenient magic healing. Yeah. It not perfect system. Ah! How rude! You're fine, you just took an online Hogwarts sorting test that surprised to come out as Gryffindor! 10 points to Gryffindor! You were aiming for Ravenclaw, and my friends pegged you as Hufflepuff. No accounting of the sorting hat, I guess. Well, what on earth's a Hufflepuff? I say as a Hufflepuff. This is going poorly. Thank goodness for an autosave. I'll be a little more careful with the combats this time around, knowing there's so many of them, but also kind of where they are, and now I don't have to use every med pack. Wait for my range support to help out. Why are you all just getting right up next to him? Big hearts filled with hot air. Yep. Did you just say use map pack? No? No, I didn't? Which was set first, the Feast of Christmas or Annunciation? Kind of both. So there's actually this ancient thought that, like, the day you were conceived is the day you would die. And so an early church guy, church father, took that idea and was like, oh, and calculated based on, like, when the Passover was, etc., that year, when Jesus' death was, and was like, okay, his death was March 25th of that year. Therefore, his date of conception was also the 25th. And therefore, his date of birth is December 25th. Master Troy, you get a grenade. Why did you go all the way up there? to use a grenade. That is not right. Why did the computer do that? Oh, shoot. Quick, heal.
Ah!
Yes, yes, I get it. Hello, yes. I was not paying attention and the computer decided to just be like, we're gonna go and run up and you're not gonna change this. You forgot how hilariously dumb the AI decisions in this game are. Yeah. Father Evan, you know better than to trust a strange computer. Apparently not. Strange computers are more trustworthy than irrational meatbags. I guess it depends on what you define as trustworthy, because I think part of the sense of trustworthiness is sort of comfortability with it. And I'd listen to irrational meatbag like myself than an unknown strange computer any day, I guess. I'm gonna make a save because I'm tired of doing that over and over again. We have not opened up this door yet. Let's try it. Oh, yeah, we did try this. It ended poorly. So that's when we went about it in another way. Would you baptize a Twi'lek? I suppose. They are sentient. I don't think I'm going to have the opportunity anytime soon, but... Hey, Josh, welcome. Good to see ya. It was a fun music stream the other night. What are you fighting? Oh. It's a dude over there. Override accepted. Let's access the system commands. Open all security doors. Ooh, area schematics. Don't mind if I do. Overload terminal. That unalived... That killed the whole party? What? Unfair. Oh. Father Evan came in second at the 5K run to Zoom in 33:18, losing only a second shot. Are you saying I'm Peter? I'm not Peter, that's Batoni. Whoopsie daisy, don't overload the computer next time. That's what I learned. Oh yeah, sure, you can join the Discord. If you do !Discord, it should come up with the link. And if that doesn't, let me know and I'll fix it. There you go. Sub-Zero, thank you for the 300 bits.
What?
I'll get to your terrible candy in a moment. And Clutch, I guess I am in apostolic succession, but generally we use the idea of the successors of the apostles as being the bishops. Oh shoot, there's two of them. I'm done for. I'm just gonna load again right now. We're gonna bring up the candy. Yes, load. Yes, thank you. Trying to do this using a mouse left-handed is interesting. This game feels more punishing than I remember. I know, and I don't even have it on that high of a difficulty. We never know, Father. You might become a bishop. I might one day, but probably, hopefully not, honestly. I'd rather not be a bishop. Seems way too much. It's getting out of hand now. There are two of them. I know. This is ridiculous. Okay. The brew candy. It all tastes like soap. I'm going to go with the honey one because I haven't had that yet. I couldn't remember if I had stashed some away there. All right. It looks like a lemon drop. Oh, why do they all taste like soap? Why does the beer candy taste like soap? This doesn't make sense. This isn't fair. Oh, this is the worst of the three of them. Bishops of the province about to choose Father Heaven. Father Heaven, I just want to play Kingdom Hearts. Life isn't fair, Father Heaven. I know life isn't fair, but I'd like it to at least not taste like soap. Oh. It doesn't even taste like a beer. That's... It could taste like pickles. Except the pickleballs didn't taste like pickles. The pickleballs taste like disappointment and sadness. Someone took the idea of like a honey cough drop and said, but what if it was a candy?
What?
Yes?
Aha, that's the security door. Let's unlock it. That is a very sad pool. Open all security doors. Upload the schematics. Log out. We're not blowing the computer up this time.
What?
Ooh, lots of grenades. Military suit, nice. It's probably better armor.
Huh?
Yes?
Okay, so we have the honey. So what is this? Yeah, defense bonus of 6. Yes, please. What do you currently have? You have a blaster rifle equipped, 1 to 8. Disruptor rifle goes through shields. Ooh. Doesn't do as much damage, but it goes through shields. She has a basic blaster pistol equipped. That's good against droids. Yeah, let's give her a heavy blaster. The best armor is plot armor. Apparently not, though. I'm the main character and I keep dying. No, I have not had a chance to read the new document that came out.
Sure.
It just came out today, and I have not had time. Control room, barracks, pool, rec room. Sewers is where we came in. Garage. I guess garage is probably where I want to head, because I'll probably have the, control unit. There's a bug called skill difference. It's a skill issue. Hey, it's all good, Josh. You take care of yourself. Good to see you. Oh, now he wants to talk. That was quick. Yeah. Yeah, but what you gonna do? You're a Volker, aren't you? I'm a Volker, but I was only here... I was here long before Brejik took over. I was a Volker back when it meant something, back when we had honor. Then Brejik and his followers took over and turned our gang into a bunch of violent thugs and bloodthirsty punks. Now they treat all us original Volkers like second-class citizens. That's not cool. Wait, weren't you a gang beforehand already, though? Why don't you leave the gang? Oh, I've been trying to work up the courage to leave, but it's not that easy. Brejik's followers will try to hunt down anyone who leaves the Volker gang. Says he won't let traitors live. Ha! Brejik and his followers are the real traitors. They turned on Gadon, and now they slaughter the Becks in the streets. And anyone else they happen to run across. Brejik knows anyone with character will never willingly follow a leader like him, so he uses brutality and violence to stay in power. I'm gonna let you live. Get out of here. I don't think this guy is speaking English. I'm not so convinced myself, but... Thanks, and don't worry, I won't cause any trouble for you down the way. In fact, I hope you take Brejik and his Volkers down. Okay. You didn't even have to fight us in the first place. You could have just been like, wait, wait! Wait, wait, don't shoot me. The new hip radio show on NPR. Might be from Birmingham or something. We're going to ignore that dude, because that's the barracks. That seems like a bad idea. Oh shoot, this opened all the doors. How was I supposed to know that opening all the doors would open all the doors? This is betrayal. Whoop. Almost dead. Come on. Use a med pack on yourself. There you go. I can't listen to Wait Wait because I don't like Peter Segal's voice. You don't? Oh, that's a shame. I like Peter Segal's voice, but I could see why you don't, actually. It makes perfect sense. Have you two seriously not taken out this bouncer droid yet? I've single-handedly cleared out everything else. You wanna attack the robot?
Yeah?
What?
Okay, where am I going? Going to the left because I want to go to the garage. No, I thought we accessed the main terminal, so those are still active. That didn't take long. It's getting dark here. Eclipse. Yeah, it's that time, I guess. Well, yep. Who was even more unhappy than the brother when the prodigal son came back home? I don't know. Lot's wife was probably pretty unhappy when she turned into a pillar of salt. The fattened calf. She was pretty salty about this situation. Okay, I don't think this plan of attack is going to work. These are pretty strong security bots. I guess your stress did pile up. These are terrible. I love them. Let's see, that was to the sewers. Isn't there a med pack in here? Did I get that already? I got that already. I'm stuck! I'm stuck and I still have this terrible candy.
Please don't.
I just have a few questions.
But No.
Let her get out of here. So this leads into the lower city. Been to the control room. It's only 50% where you are, but it's already twilight and getting cold. I guess it hasn't started here in New York yet. This is probably around the time that it starts. That's a lot of guys in the barracks. I will do that. Now there's one guy in the barracks. I think it's around 2 New York. Yeah, it peaks around like 3 o'clock here, I think, is what I heard. But it starts around 2. Some guys were going out to like the park or something, and I don't know, it's not a full eclipse here. I don't really care, and I really would rather just be streaming with y'all, so. Advanced med packs. Yay. Pool droid. What up? This is a very sad pool. Oh shoot, why did I do this? Why would someone tell me that was poisonous gas. Well, I guess it is chlorine. It's a partial eclipse looks like a beautiful sunset. A full eclipse looks like someone broke the sky. Fair enough. Who is the greatest financer in the Bible? I'm trying to think of what the funny answer is. I can't come up with something. Noah, he was floating his stock while everyone else was in liquidation. That's terrible.
Sure.
Oh, that's terrible. I love it. Okay, so we still can't figure out. You're killing me here. I wouldn't call seeing the last eclipse life-changing, but I would say it was something I will never forget and would like to experience again. That's fair, and you're allowed to. But for me, I have experienced them, and I don't find them something I really want to. I just don't see a reason to. For me, no, I don't want to overload the terminal. Seems like a bad idea. We spent our visit the eclipse money on buying a house. That seems more
Bixby,
important.
Don't take this the wrong way, but lately I've noticed you're starting to look a little bit scruffy.
Scruffy, what are you talking about? I hope you weren't suggesting I take a bath.
No, I'm not suggesting a bath. I know how well that went over last time. But your hair's getting all tangled. And if you look close, you can see a few gray strands starting to poke through.
You're making this up. I groom every day. My hair's not tangled, and it's not growing gray. Zalbar looks fine.
Don't worry, Big Z. It's nothing I can't fix. A little trim, a splash of coloring, and you'll be as good as new. Best looking Wookiee on
Why
the
are we
planet.
giving the Wookiee
Maybe a nice suit.
a makeover? You don't trim a Wookiee. You don't color a Wookiee. You certainly don't dress a Wookiee. Why are we taking time? We are in the middle of a very important mission. And we're taking time to say, hey, let's
I
talk
know
about our
Wookiees aren't
hair.
into the whole clothing thing, but you could start a whole new trend. You'd be on the cutting edge.
Shut up. Shut up.
Okay, sheesh. Try to offer some constructive criticism, and this is the thanks I get? Let's move on.
We're in the
Just say
heart of an
make
enemy
this scruffy
base, and this is what
podcast.
you consider doing. Character development interaction to make them relatable. Yeah, it is the mid-2000s. Yeah, we are very blessed, honestly, that everything is kind of at the exact right distance for us to experience eclipses. Did I miss a computer in the control room? That's what I want to know. If not, I'll just go outside. It's a control room with nothing I can control. They're so realistic, for real, for real. How did the writers manage that? I know, because I'm a blue Twi'lek and a Wookiee. Wait a minute. That's just where we started. God planned to freak humans out every now and then. Yeah, probably. God does have a sense of humor. Okay, I'm going to try throwing some grenades at these things. Just look at the pitted avocados. Fair enough. Nature's Jawbreaker. No, no. No, please don't try to eat a avocado pit like a... Oh, why didn't I just use ion grenades from the beginning? For some reason, my brain was like, oh, an ion grenade will just short it out. No, don't go in further. What is... Why are you running up to it to deliver this grenade? I hate that that worked.
Yeah?
What?
Gonna save. Elevator to Black Volker base. Wasn't I already in the Black Volker base? I'm so confused. Oh, it's to the right, the garage. Duh. We were like, let's go to the garage and find the thing. Never really grew out the put things in mouth stage. It was like me target an enemy on the other side of the door for a moment. Save the loading dock for now. Oh, hey, Garage Head. Every single mushroom is edible. Some only once. Yes, this is true and uniquely terrifying and unhelpful, and part of why I do not like mushrooms. You're not allowed to heal, only I'm allowed to heal. Stuff Portobello mushrooms. No, no mushrooms. I hope one of these guys has a health kit.
What?
Yes? Sure.
Yeah? What?
You know what? We'll let the one with health handle this. Concussion grenade, I guess. No, don't. I gave myself a concussion, but you know what? It worked. Wow. I walk in a room and there's nothing to fight.
Huh?
What?
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 Let's access these security systems. Yeah, doing these two again seems like a pretty good idea. I'm out of spikes now, but... That's how I access a computer. Pazak! Got some Pazak cards. Ooh, a key. Probably don't need that, though. There's no mention of mushrooms in the Bible, therefore mushrooms are not to be trusted. We were solo Edo here. That is a view. Fortunately, I can level up these two. What? Oh, I'm out of points. Okay. Improve scoundrel's luck. Nice. The only things mentioned in the Bible, like... I only things mentioned in the Bible, like Coke, Taco Bell, and quesadillas. I'm very concerned about your health, Clutch. I'm also very concerned about your Bible translations. Loading bay, engine lab. Okay, so we need to clear out the loading bay. And I guess the engine lab. Engine lab's probably where we're going to find the thing. I guess it is getting darker here. It just looks like it's overcast, though. Translation mentions those. The message. And lo, did he turn the two Quesarito Chalupa Maxes from Taco Bell into 5, and enough to feed the 5,000. You guys don't have the Guy Fieri Bible. No. No, I do not, Clutch. I mean, 5 Quesarita Chupa Supremes, or whatever I called them, isn't even really enough for one person. That's what makes it such a miracle. Ooh, a workbench. This is actually pretty legit. Upgrade missions, Vibroblade. Cool, I can put a vibration cell in there. So, attack bonus 1. Great. What about some armor? I can upgrade the Akani armor. Sure, and then we can put that on and it'll actually even be better armor now. Because we're going from 6 to 7. If Jesus had used Chinese food, they all would have been hungry again in an hour. The one favored by the schismatics. I'm really more a Margaritaville kind of guy myself. I thought I opened all security doors. Why aren't these secure? Oh. Oh, looks like we have visitors. Lackeys gone by Gadon Thack into trying to steal Brejik's swoop engine accelerator, I bet.
Breshik stole that engine from Gadden. It was never yours to begin with.
Well, I didn't go to all the trouble of acquiring this prototype just so you could steal it back for the old fool. Would you like me to dispose of the Beck spies, Candon? Oh, no, hold on a sec. I see you aren't wearing the hidden Beck colors, so I'm guessing you aren't part of the feeble old man's gang. You must be a freelance mercenary. Instead of stealing the prototype for the Becks, why don't you come work for us? The Black Volkas could use someone like you. No, Amari worked for someone. Aw, be smart. Gadon Thack is old news. He's a blind fool in more ways than one. Brejik is visionary. Soon he'll control the entire lower city. Don't shackle yourself to a losing team. I'm not betraying Gadon. I can see there's not much chance of convincing you to come work for us after all. Most unfortunate. Now can I kill them, Candon? Yes, darling. Kill them. Kill them all! Throw a grenade. The Bible has been corrupted. It was a wine who was blast. Oh dear. So for your father joke, Gale, my boss used to laugh at my jokes, but then we started doing all of our meetings on Zoom. He said he doesn't find my jokes remotely funny. You know what? I was hoping that would be a med pack. We're gonna be smarter about this. You will attempt to erase that joke from memory. Well, good luck with that. That's right. You need to branch away from physical comedy. I do more than physical comedy. I also do musical comedy. I just don't have my kazoo or slide whistle with me. Well, that's about how I expected that to go. Prove it? Okay, proof. I don't have it with me. I can't do it. Ah, yes, the kazoo, the most musical of instruments. Yes.
You'll never
It's all good. My proof of not having it is very easy. I'm gonna reload this. That fight went terrible. I need to start with a grenade, I think. I'm a level with y'all. I don't think I'm very good at this game, but I enjoy it. But I think once we actually get some levels...
Huh?
Why do you run up directly next to them?
Yeah?
Should never be without my kazoo. Well, I don't know about that. Step 1, grenade. Step 2, big weapon. Step 3, reinforcements. Repeat until the enemy is no longer a problem. Unfortunately, I am the reinforcements. I have ideas, though. I can't skip through this line of text. Step 4, artillery. That would be very... I look stoned. Let's throw in a frag grenade. Mission is down. I hope I can get... Yes, okay. Alright, big guy. Let's go. Okay, I'm diving back in there. That's great.
What?
Dang it! Oh, that was so close, too. Like, my armor was actually holding out for a moment. Swear you're going to get me an automaton this year? I would love an automaton, actually. I have almost bought an automaton on several occasions.
Sure.
Breshik stole that in. What? No, that they.
Whoops, I clicked on the wrong thing.
But you're.
I'm getting plot and I don't care. Don't listen to mission, he's twisting your mind. There we go. Let's start with a concussion grenade. Don't mind me, just walking up to your boss. Uh-oh. You just... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, the poison worked. No, shoot the bodyguard, not the dude in the back. Oh my goodness. Why did you feel the need to rush in? This is gonna end poorly. Why are you rushing into... No! Use the shield! This AI. This AI, I swear, it's gonna be the death of me.
Yeah?
Yes?
Can you disable this AI? There are ways you can mess around with it a little bit, particularly of the what your allies are doing, but a major problem with that is that it doesn't change the fact that Sometimes your character just decides to go walking up to the enemy.
Huh?
You are a ranged person. Stay back here. Be ranged.
Sure.
No, no. Good job, Karth. And this time he's not getting concussed, so that's fun. We almost had it that one time. And if this is not the most me gameplay, I don't know what is. If they're out of position, are they deranged? No, that's when they run up to the enemies. What?
Yeah?
So I just got a lucky shot and took me out. Oh, sure, she's concussed for once. Hey, K-Max Raiders, welcome. You come at a great time as I flail horribly against the boss fight in Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Yep, the Volker base. Omega Drippington, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Glad to have you here. Welcome. For those Raiders just joining us now, if you don't know me, my name is Father Evan. I'm a Catholic priest, and I'm terrible at video games, apparently. Unfortunately, I am... you know what? We're going to go to the loading dock and hope that there's, like, some sort of healing item lying around. It said that you can recognize it immediately because of how many times you've played this. No, I think that's fine. It just means you have good taste in games. And for Raiders joining us, if you donate 300 bits, I will eat some terrible candy. I have kind of a mix of sour candies. What are you doing, AI? What are you doing? Some sour candies, beer candies, bacon candies. I've been petrified, so that's fun.
Sure.
You aren't terrible at video games. You are so far terrible at this game. Well, that's true.
What? What?
This droid is cheating. Freeze ray, what? Yeah, exactly. That's how I feel. I kept hitting the throw grenade button and it did nothing. I suppose we do have an exit. Yeah, I didn't want to have to do that, but if we do go back to where we came, we can work our way back to the market, essentially, to where we all started. To the main base, to the office. Okay, so that's where I want to head. You must gather your party before venturing forth.
What?
Where is... Mission?
What?
Like Big Z, but he's not good early game choice IMO due to his low dex and lack of ability to wear armor. Yeah, but he's a Wookiee. Chewbacca! He's a Wookiee! Here's a song for you. K-Max forgetting to include hair in his optimization calculation. Well, there is certainly plenty of it. So, good to see you, Rainbow Unicorns. Hope you're doing well. Guess I need to go back to the upper city. You are well. I'm glad to hear that. It's been a while since I've been up here. Raised by Janice, so Upper City South. That's where we need to go. We've gone on quite the adventure. We started up here and, well, we're still up here. Hey, Yuha! You've been lurking, but baking candy sounds awful. It is. It basically tastes like smoke, but what with sugar. Hi, Mission.
There. What can
I want to know a little bit more about you.
You want to know about me? Nobody's ever really been interested in me before. What do you want to know?
How'd you and Zabar
Big
hook up?
C's my family, you know? My parents, well, I guess they're dead. It was just me on my own until the day I saw Zalbar in the lower city. I could tell right away he was in trouble. This was before the gang wars were out of hand. But even then, the Volkers were scum. A few of them were hassling Big Z, trying to pick a fight, but he wasn't looking for trouble.
You'd want to pick a
Hey,
fight with a
nobody
Wookiee.
said the Volkers were smart, but
Fair
there
enough.
were 3 of them, so maybe they figured they could handle him. I don't know. Anyway, I don't like the Volkers at the best of times. And when I saw them picking on this poor Wookiee, all alone on a strange planet, overwhelmed by the big city, I just lost it. I screamed out, "Leave him alone, you coarse
It's a little
swine!"
Wookiee in a big city.
Charged right at them. One of them saw me coming and slapped me so hard he just about knocked me cold.
These Volkers have no
Hey,
class.
Don't treat me like I'm a little girl. I ain't no kid. I'm 14 years old. Those Volkers didn't scare me. They're nothing but cowards. I knew how to deal with
When does
them. Of course,
Twi'lek
I
reach
never got the
adulthood?
chance. I guess Zalbar didn't like seeing me get smacked around. He let out this howl.
I'm just concerned.
And yanked that Volker a meter up off the ground and held him there by his throat.
What the two
The other
Volkers do.
two screamed and ran off. Can't say I blame them. The first time you see an angry Wookiee up close, it isn't a pretty sight. I thought Zalbar was gonna rip that punk's arms off and beat him to death with his own fists. The Volker was so scared, he fainted. Or maybe it was Big Z's breath just knocked him out.
No, not concerned about her looks. Just concerned about, like, the weirdness of, like, you're 14? Should be going on this adventure?
Sorry, Zalbar, but I keep telling you to brush those choppers once in a while. Why do you think I won't stand downwind when you're talking? Anyway, I knew those Volkers would be back with friends, so I grabbed Zalbar and we took off. Ever since then, we've been a team. We look out for each other, you know?
We should get back to the task at hand.
I suppose you're right. Like I used to tell my brother, fast talk and slick words
What brother?
get the job done.
You know you had a brother?
My brother's a touchy subject, you know. It just so
Ooh.
happens I don't really feel like talking about him right now. Nothing personal. Let's just get back to the business at hand, okay?
This game is no longer canon, right? Yeah, this... As I understand, this game's no longer canon, but it's canon in my heart. Twi'lek's reached maturity at 12 to 13. Okay, interesting. So she's basically like a 19, 20-year-old. And yes, the BioWare, let's have some plot progression, or character progression. Please, pay attention. We wrote this. I need to go to the Equipment Emporium. I love plot. Please force feed it to me.
Welcome to the...
Let me see what you've got for sale. Please. Let me buy several of these. What can I sell? Don't really want to sell a ton of this. Still, this is a 13 med packs. 13 med packs is better than 0 med packs that I used to have. I'm sorry, mission. We've already talked to you. We need to get back to the mission. Used to really like BioWare games, and by that I mean Dragon Age Origins. Aren't they all just secretly Dragon Age Origins? Isn't there the BioWare universe? One day I'll finish Dragon Age Origins. One day I'll finish Skyrim. I've never actually finished the main plot of Skyrim. Fun fact, there's a main plot of Skyrim. You wouldn't know it on this channel, though.
This elevator is off. It's off.
I got my papers right here. Skyrim has a plot buried beneath the mods. No, it's one of the mods. One of the mods introduces a story. These maps feel very large, and then I keep walking around in them and go, oh, no, I just keep dying. But at least the game is generous and let me leave the dungeon to go and get some healing items. But I can punch. Punch is a very powerful spell. Right now, my character is using the spell Sword. Okay, we're gonna save after having done all of that. Okay, now that we actually have health, we might actually be able to do this fight. Any race can punch, yes, but can they punch like a dwarf?
Reshik stole.
Enough yapping, hand it over. Come on, get concussed. Yes. I guess seconds. I see what you did there, kid. It's very funny. You know what? We're gonna go after this guy. Oh, I was just about to heal, and then the game said, "Never mind, you're not allowed to." But I can punch the bread box. I don't even know what that's supposed to mean. They're punch better because they're taller. All right, you Wookiee, let's get out of here. Get you. No, don't attack. Heal. Are we saving levels? Yes. Why is it when I click that you want to go in and attack? You just updated macOS and it's so fancy. You feel like a king. Oh, well, that's good. This fight is ours to lose now. It's a tall race. It's called a low blow. Yes, at 200 followers, I will be doing what I'm calling SNES Chaos or SNES Roulette. I have 50 some odd, 60 some odd SNES games available to me either in cartridge or like on Switch ports or the SNES Mini. And we're just going to kind of randomly play them. And you, the viewer, will get to have input on how that goes through the use of bits and channel points because hashtag... interactive? Sure, interactive. A hair trigger.
Yeah?
What?
Oh, thank you, Clutch. Pay to play. Yeah. Pay to be a part of the play. But again, some of it's also on bits. Anything bits or channel points. Anything channel points can do, bits will be able to do, and vice versa. Just for different amounts. Dwarves have beards, so they've got that going for them. If Final Fantasy XIV had dwarves, well, I'd still be a Lalafell. Fair enough. If Yuha has 1 million fans, then I am one of them. If Yuha has 10 fans, then I am one of them. If Yuha has only 1 fan, then it is me. If Yuha has no fans, that means I am no longer on Earth. If the world is against Yuha, then I am against the world. I don't think the world is against Yuha, just probably the other... just the big bad in Dead by Daylight.
Yeah?
What?
Okay, so we have the thing, but we don't have our prisoner friend. I totally forget. Am I supposed to bring this back and the dude's gonna tell me where the prisoner is? Yeah, because we're gonna go win the swoop race to get our friend. Where is my party? Why is my party stuck back here? Dwarf stand would make a good emote. Those are words. I don't know what that is supposed to mean, but I'll take your... I'll trust you on it. Yeah, it's... I don't know, it just looks like it's overcast outside right now.
Sure.
So we're gonna get out of this base, and we're gonna take a little break. Don't worry, Yuha, we got you. We know you're talking about them beardy men of fantasy. Never hurts to be clear. You are right. All right. We're going to save right here. Right outside the Hidden Beck base. And when we come back from a little commercial break, gonna come back to more of this. But first, take a chance, stretch your legs, get some water, do what you need to do, and we'll be back in about 5 minutes. So, all right, see y'all soon. And welcome back to Let Us Play. Let's go talk to these Hidden Beck people. Be like, hey, we found your thingy. The Go Fast machine.
You have returned. You have the prototype swoop engine accelerator with you?
I have the accelerator right here.
I wonder if you would make it. The race is tomorrow, and my mechanics need time to install the prototype into the swoop engine of our bike.
Okay, I left it to my end of the deal. You better come through.
Don't worry. I'm a man of my word. I promised you could ride in the swoop race under the Hidden Beck banner, and I'm still going to let you do that. And I'm even going to go one better. I'm going to let you ride the swoop bike with the prototype accelerator installed on it. Without it, you won't stand a chance.
Gabby,
So
you can't be serious.
I can't
We
wait
need
to
one
see
of
how
our
this
best
goes.
riders on that bike. We can't let some rookie take the prototype engine into the race.
Don't worry, Gadon. I'll win the
I have
race.
to be honest with you. There's a
Can't wait
reason
for
I
this
let you
minigame to
take
go
the
terribly.
The accelerator is unstable. There's a good chance it could explode during the race. I can't ask one of my own riders to take the risk. They'll be running unmodified swoops in the race. You'll be the only one using the prototype. If you can complete the track before the accelerator overheats, then you'll win for the Bex. If you die, then one of my other riders could still come through for me.
How does me dying help? If I die, I can't rescue. Father, I don't know much about Paul's fathers. Say your prayers, and would you describe it to an uninformed folk like you? Absolutely, be happy to. So we were founded in New York City in 1858, the first order of Catholic priests in North America. Our mission is to evangelize North America through the means of modern technology. So particularly this means sort of dialoguing with culture and finding the good in culture and building it out. Our founder in the 19th century was kind of in that very... There's kind of a great hope and expectation of democracy. And so it's kind of interacting within that way and knowing that like being a good American and being a good Catholic could help you. Because again, remember, 19th century, not the most popular thing. But yeah, so we do that. So we do media. So I work in an office called Busted Halo, doing this as part of it. I work in our mother church at our parish here in New York as well. But we have a movie production company. We have Paul's Press, the biggest Catholic publisher in North America. And ultimately, our spirituality is one that is rooted in the indwelling of the Holy Spirit, listening to that presence of what we are called to do as an individual with the gifts we have, to share the word. So I hope that gives you a bit of a better picture of who the Paulist Fathers are. If you do ! Paulist Fathers, it also pulls up the link to our Wikipedia article, which is pretty good. It's a pretty good article, is what I mean. All right, ready
You
for
can
this
stay
race.
here tonight. The mechanics need time to install the accelerator on the engine, so you won't be able to practice your riding. But I've got good instincts. And you have the look
Can
of
I
a
practice
racer
on one
about you.
without the
Just
thing?
try to relax, and in
No?
the morning we'll take you to the swoop track.
It's very helpful. Never connected my head to Paul's Press makes sense. Yep. You spend a restless night in the back base. In the morning, one of the Becks takes you to the swoop racing pits, where only racers and mechanics are allowed to go. This is gonna go away. I don't know what way, but it's gonna go. Oh, so you're the one who's riding the swoop bike, eh? Oh, don't worry. I've been working on the accelerator stability and won't be a problem, I hope. I hope. Uh-oh. Gadon mentioned you've never done this before. You want me to run over the basics of handling a swoop bike? Yes. Oh, pretty simple. First, try not to crash into anything. Oh, God. There's debris and obstacles scattered all over the course, so watch out. Oh, this is bad. All swoops are equipped with a dynamic deflector system, so hitting an obstacle won't cause you to crash, but it will make you up but it will shake you up a bit and slow you down. The track has accelerator panels built into the surface. You fly over them, it'll give you give your swoop a boost of speed, so try to do that when you see them. When the engine starts running hot, you'll get a warning. You'll have to switch gears. Other than that, just try to hang on. You'll be fine. Hold on, I better explain the rules to you. Each rider goes out on the track alone. At the end of the day, whoever posts the fastest time is the winner. Nope, I accidentally clicked this. So make your runs count. Gadon puts his trust in you. We need to win this race, or Brejik's Volkers will get a whole bunch of new recruits. If that happens, we're finished. Okay, I won't let you down. Oh, sounds like you're ready. Go talk to the announcer over by the counter. He'll give you the time to beat and get you out on the course. I'll be waiting. So they run any tweaks or repairs to swoop in case you go out for another heat. Good luck, and don't worry about the prototype overheating and exploding while you're on the track. That probably won't happen. No, I think I'm concerned. You'll be fine for having never done this with experimental tech against a gang out for your blood. We're known to cheat. Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't think about it. Everything's gonna be fine. Everything's fine, chat. Everything is fine. And I still don't know the actual physical controls. Oh, hey, I think this is who I'm... I can't talk to her. She seems like she's been drugged. That's not cool. You're here to race, right? Okay, let's see who your sponsor is. Ah, you're riding for the Hinbecks, I see. I always liked them. I hope they show these Volkers a thing or two, but I digress. I'm clipping through my own jacket. Anyway, you're registered now. Good luck, and try not to get yourself killed. We've only lost one rider today, and we want to keep it that way. Whenever you're ready, you can just hit the track. What's the time to beat? Oh, Red Rose has a best time of 38 seconds and 43 milliseconds. Or is that 38 minutes and 43 seconds? I don't know. I'd like to race one of my heats. All right, let's get you out on the track. Well, actually, Omega Derpington, one of my brothers is at a Muslim dialogue right now, and the important thing is about, one, having understanding just of each other as we live in the world and how we live and move and have our being together, and to find the ways that we can cooperate and to root ourselves in the fact that we both have some relation with, the book, as it's called in certain circles, but the Bible, the Scripture, the sense of where God is. So, all right, left-click the mouse to accelerate and shift gears. Use A and D to avoid obstacles. Okay. They're using Pod Racer sound effects. Oh, I keep avoiding. I didn't realize those were the accelerator pads. Well, was that enough time? I don't think that was enough time. Dodging all the speed boosts, yeah. And winning. And winning. You did it. Top time. You beat the racers. You someone who's never in a swoop bike here. Wait a minute. I don't believe this. Look at the board. Uh-oh. Oh, the Volkers just beat your time. Oh, wow, it was Red Rose. I should have known it. That's okay. The day ain't over yet. Accelerator's still holding together. You have to just get out there again. Show them how it's done. I think it was for your first one under 30 seconds. Should make it 2 easier, I think. Okay. All right. Back again, I see. So you ready to hit the track? Not literally, of course. Haha, please don't do that. We've already lost one rider today. What's the time to beat? 29. Okay. I want to race one of my heats. This time, I'm going to hit the go fast spots. Unless I just don't move, because apparently holding down... Did I do it? You did it. In 20 years, I've never seen anyone swoop like that before. Nobody's going to beat that time. Nobody. I guess Gaddon knew what he was doing when he picked you to ride with us. Now the only thing to do is wait for it to become official and go collect your prize. I present to you the winner of this year's swoop race. Put your hands together in appreciation for one of the most daring riders. I just put that sword through my head. Through your skill and courage, you proved yourself a premier swoop rider on Taris, and brought great glory to the Hidden Back Gate. Now, here to present the champion's prize, Brejik, leader of the Black Volkers.
People, hear me! Before I present the so-called champion of the Becks with their prize, there is something you must know. The winning rider cheated.
What? You better not be trying to cheat
Your
me,
swoop
Bredgick.
rider was using a prototype accelerator. Clearly,
Yes?
a fair advantage. Because of this hidden Beck treachery.
What, I'm not allowed to...
drawing the Vulca's share of the victory prize.
Rest in spaghetti. Nobody's allowed to withdraw a victory prize after a race. It goes against all our most sacred traditions.
You old fool. Your traditions are nothing to me. I am the wave of the future. If I want to withdraw the prize and sell this woman on the slave market myself, nobody can stop me.
I might have something to say about that, Bredgick.
What? Impossible. You were restrained by a neural disruptor. How could you have possibly summoned the will to free yourself?
You underestimate the strength of a Jedi's mind, Bredgick. A mistake you won't live to regret.
Vulcus, to me! Kill this woman! Kill the swoop rider! Kill them all!
I think this is going to end poorly for him. Just a thought. Also, it is looking like sundown out there with the amount of lights. Actually, NPC, slavery is against human dignity and explicitly forbidden. Yeah. Slavery is not a cool thing, period. Bastila isn't that very light side Jedi peace. That isn't very light side Jedi peacekeeper of you. Well, you know, when you're in a cage. This is very melodic with the sound of the metal clanging against it. Sometimes you just need to force cast this. Can someone hit Bredgick, please? Here, I'll flank him. I know this game doesn't have flanking, but... This is very anticlimactic. Glorious Jedi General can't hit a gang leader slumlord. Well, she doesn't have a lightsaber. Clang, 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 clong, cling. Look, Ma, no hands. Finally. Hello, Bastila. Bastila.
Well, maybe those bloody Vulcans will think twice next time before trying to keep a Jedi prisoner. And as for you, if you think you can collect me as a prize... I don't believe this. You're one of the soldiers with the Republic fleet, aren't you? Yes, I'm sure of it. How did you end up racing for these swoop gangs?
Trying to free you.
Save me. Is that what you were trying to accomplish by riding in that swoop race? Well, as far as rescues go,
Avoid the Jedi
for
guilds.
example, in case you hadn't noticed, I managed to free myself from that neural restraint collar without your help. In fact, it's more accurate to say that I saved you. Bredgick and his Vulcans would have left you for dead if I hadn't stepped into that fight. You're lucky I was here to get you out of this mess.
We don't have time for this. We need to go.
He's alive. Finally, some good news. Karth is one of the Republic's best soldiers. He's proved himself a hero a dozen times over. And he sent you here to save me. Maybe I misjudged you. Karth wouldn't have sent
Well, we
you
kind of
if he
wound
was
up
confident in your
together.
Abilities. Forgive me. Despite my Jedi training, I still tend to act a bit rashly sometimes. Please take me to Karth right away. Between the three of us, I'm sure we can figure out some way to get off this planet before the Sith realize we're here.
Dun dun dun.
You cannot win, Revan.
Oh, look at that early 2000s texturing and modeling. So blocky.
Bastila, you're alive! Finally, things are looking up. Now we just need to figure out a way to get off this planet.
You mean you don't have a plan to get off Taurus yet? What have you been doing all this time?
Trying to find you, remember?
See, now that I'm back in charge of this mission, perhaps we can start doing things properly. Hopefully our escape from Taurus will go more smoothly than when you rescued me from Brejik.
I know you're new at this, Bastila, but a leader doesn't berate her troops just because things aren't going as planned. Don't let your ego get in the way of the real issues here.
That hardly strikes me as an appropriate way of addressing your commander, Karth. I am a member of the Jedi Order, and this is my mission. Don't forget that. My battle meditation ability has helped the Republic many times in this war, and it will serve us well here, I'm sure.
Your talents might win us a few battles, but that doesn't make you a good leader. A good leader would at
You can
least
tell they worked hard
listen
in
to the
pictures.
advice
You
of
can
those
see
who've
every
seen more
pixel.
combat than she ever will.
Both of you settle
Yes.
down.
Right, of course. I apologize, Karth. This has been a difficult time for me. Of course, I'm happy to listen to your advice. What do you suggest we do?
First off, we can't get hung up on who's in charge. We all need to work together if we want to get off this rock. The answer is out there, we just have to find it.
Well said, Karth. And the sooner we start looking, the better. I've already been a prisoner of the Vulkars, and I don't plan on being captured by the Sith.
So now
I
what?
think we'll need some help getting off Terrace. Maybe if we ask around, one of the locals can help us out. We should probably start by asking around in the cantinas. Is something wrong? You seem as if something's troubling you.
Something weird is happening to me, like a vision.
A vision of what?
Of you fighting a dark Jedi.
That's strange. Such visions are often a sign of Force sensitivity.
Are you saying I can use... Or Force sensitivity? What do you mean? Just play...
I'm not sure. It may be that you have some connection to the Force. It would not be unheard of. When we first met, your natural talent may have fed off my own Force abilities. It is possible that in the excitement of the battle's aftermath, the Force allowed you to witness one of my more intense memories.
Does this mean I can be a Jedi?
The Force is complicated. Even I, with all my training, cannot fully understand it yet. This is a matter best left to the wise masters of the Jedi Council. Once we escape Terrace, we can seek the guidance of the Council.
She said I can be a Jedi.
They will understand the significance of your vision, if there is any. However, I think it would be best if we all stayed focused on the task at hand right now. We can't afford any distractions. We need to find a way off Terrace.
You can only be a Jedi after you clean your room. You're the writer who won the Great Swoop race in Lower City, yes? Well, that's right. I've got a message from Canderous Ordo. He says he wants to meet him in the cantina. Canderous, isn't he the Mandalorian that works for Davik? Yes, that's the one. He's given his connections. You can see why he would be wise to attend this meeting. Canderous didn't say why he wanted to meet you. He said that he had an offer you couldn't refuse, given his connections. You can see why it would be foolish to ignore his request. Now go meet him. A wise choice, human. I would advise you not to wait too long. Mandalorians are known for many things, but patience is not one of them. Gosh, this sounds awfully convenient and almost like it's, you know... how I'm supposed to advance the plot. I can only be a Jedi after I clean my room. Aww. Ooh, she has a really high dex. Ooh, but if I up her charisma by 1, she'll get a better bonus. Wow, she has, like, no skills. She cannot pay the bills. Force aura. I was hoping there'd be a force heal. There it is. Character level 12. She has magic powers. She doesn't need skill. Advancing the plot is what we do with a main character. It is, except the main plot's kind of got a little slow to start here, but so I got throw lightsaber. I guess I'll take speed. Speed's actually pretty good from in 2, so I imagine it's good here. Raising her Riz, young Blake would approve. Yeah, he would. Okay, 2-weapon fighting, armor proficiency, caution, critical strike. Yeah, focus lightsaber seems good. Your magic powers can penetrate plot armor. Probably. Fun fact, I wanted to watch The Mandalorian. I ended up watching The Book of Boba Fett and was confused and was like, how much time am I watching the same show as everyone? Well, you were not, in fact, watching the same show as everyone. Sure, toughness seems good. Just generally make him more beefy. Me. There's other stats besides strength and constitution? Yeah, there's dexterity. I'm generally in a state of confusion. That is also valid. Wow, it is actually getting quite dark here. It looks like it's a... You know how like when there's a really dark storm approaching, but there's still some sun sneaking around? That's what it looks like right now. I bet Central Park is just swamped right now. Is this the guy we're looking for?
Leave me alone.
No, it's a different Mandalorian. Although I do like that he has the Star Killer name. That's.
I saw you in the swoop race. Very impressive.
Oh, it's the guy we rescued down below.
To get results. That's just the kind of person I'm looking for.
What are you talking about?
My name's Canderous Ordo. I work for Davik Kang in the Exchange. The hours aren't great, but they promised me a fortune to work for them. And I have nothing better to do. Mandalorian mercs like me are in high demand. But lately, Davik hasn't been paying me what he promised. I don't like getting cheated. So I figure it's time for me to break the Sith quarantine and get off this backwater planet.
How do you plan to do
I've
it?
got a plan to escape Taris, but I can't do it alone. I need someone I know can get the job done to help me. That's where you come in.
Careful.
Oh, good. I feel like I'm being used.
Conscience. They'll betray you in a heartbeat. This could be a trap.
I ain't talking to you. I'm talking to your friend, aren't I? I saw you win that swoop race and started thinking. Anyone crazy enough to race like that is probably crazy enough to break into the Sith military base. I need someone to steal the Sith launch codes from the base. Without those codes, any ship leaving the atmosphere will be disintegrated by the Sith fleet's automated
Seems like a
defense
bad
codes.
idea. But I think it's going to happen. What's in it for me?
Here's the deal. You bring me those launch codes, and I can provide the vehicle to get us off the planet. Davik's flagship, the Ebon Hawk.
Okay. How am I
Getting
supposed to get
in
inside?
won't be easy. The Sith base is protected by an encrypted security system. It would take a top-of-the-line astromech droid to slice through it. Lucky for you, I know just the place to get a droid like that. Davik was having one custom built by Janice Nall. Just tell her Canderous sent you, and she'll sell you the droid. Then you can use it to get the launch codes from the Sith base.
Standard issue BioWare Edgelord companion with shady past and fairly limited remorse. Yeah, these... All the companions really are just like BioWare knows how to only write a few people. Now just do it yourself.
Normally I'd do this myself, but everyone knows who I work for. If I broke into the Sith base, they'd send an army down on Davik's estate to get those codes back. That's why I need you.
Okay.
I don't sense any deception from him, which is surprising. This may be exactly what we need.
I'm going to wait in
It's
Javiar's
awfully convenient,
cantina.
so therefore it's
you
right.
Come and find me when you've got those launch codes, and I'll make sure we both get off this rock.
Is this the droid place, or... Okay, I need to go to the other side of the upper city. Oh, wait, I can take the thing to the dude in the clinic. You prefer it when his name was Zaid Masani in Mass Effect? I've never played a Mass Effect, so I don't know what that means. Gurney, what up?
Remember, if you get your hands on...
Well, I guess I don't have the serum.
Welcome back. Are you in need of...
I can use some
Would you
healing.
Take me a moment while I...
Thank you.
Welcome back.
Let's see what you have for sale. We're gonna have to sell some stuff. Same character concept, more fun lines. Well, that's fair. Oh, hey, I have a lightsaber. Can I sell the lightsaber? I can sell the lightsaber. That seems like a bad idea. Bredric's armband. Got all sorts of Bredric stuff. That should be enough for now, just to get a few more of these before I go storming into an enemy base. She just has clothes, but she wants to just have clothes. I suppose I could give her Bredric's armband. She's gonna be... What's Bredric's belt do? Yeah, I'm gonna give her Bredric's stuff just because if she's gonna be in close combat. Wait. I have a lightsaber, but I can't give it to her? I'm confused. Let's restock our energy shield. I can't give myself the lightsaber, can I? Oh, I almost can. But not quite. So... Seriously, why? There it is. Okay. It just wasn't appearing for some reason. That was weird. Remember when a double-sided lightsaber was cool and rare? Or wielding two lightsabers was cool and rare? Games like this were just like, not everyone will do it. Vision was a lie. She's not a Jedi at all. Can't even use a lightsaber. I know.
Bastila, I was wondering something. How did those Vulkars manage to capture a famous Jedi like you? Were you knocked out when your escape pod crashed?
No, I was conscious. But my force powers were exhausted from using my battle meditation in the battle for the End of Spire.
I keep hearing about this battle meditation.
Without my help, you might have never gotten off the ship alive.
The first double-bladed lightsaber is invented by Exar Kun 50 years before this game.
My lightsaber was misplaced. I couldn't find
They
it
get
after the
around
crash.
quick, I guess,
I looked everywhere
Brayherd.
in that pod. The Vulkars came and overwhelmed me, even as I was searching for my weapon.
Wait a minute. Let me get this straight. You lost your lightsaber? I mean, isn't that a violation of some kind of Jedi code or something?
The Jedi in the galaxy, why do we get the one who's absent-minded? Maybe lightsabers is a side effect of battle meditation.
It's no laughing matter. During the crash, my lightsaber must have fallen from my belt and rolled under my seat. The Vulkars probably found it there when they searched the wreckage.
Hey, don't get mad. I'm sorry. It's just funny to think of a legendary Jedi losing her lightsaber. Take my advice.
I mean, to be fair, the moment that Darth Maul did reveal that it was a double-sided lightsaber was pretty darn awesome.
Though I will consider your advice when I relate these events to the Jedi Council. There is no need for them to know every detail of what transpired.
Droid chop, droid chop. I hope I don't need more money to buy this droid, and the plot will just let me have it. Back again, I see. Well, I've never turned down potential customer way. You interested in seeing what I have in stock? Candace said you'd sell the T3M4. Candace sent you. Oh, why didn't you say so? Droid is ready. You can have for 2,000 credits. Give me the droid for free, or Davik will close the shop permanently. Hey, I don't want no trouble with Davik. Look, the droid, he's yours, but next time Davik wants me to do some custom work, he's out of luck. I'm not going to get 2,000 credits. T3M4 has joined your party. Does coleslaw have red, green peppers? In America, typically no, but that doesn't mean it can't. Oh, that was a dark side action. That's like the game. So that's actually really cool. I actually legitimately like that little moment. Because the game basically sets you up against a pretty high bar of like 2,000 credits. It's a lot. And, you know, maybe you've been choosing all the good things because, you know, it's like humans are inherently good and picking the good things, etc. You know, and so you've been racking up the light side. And so the game kind of forces you into this corner of like, well, you have to pick the dark side option now. You have to experience that. I mean, Wow, that actually did bring me back down to neutral, basically. I'm not saying there's less ingredients in Whisper Space, but food is infinitely malleable. Yeah. Alright, little droid, let's level you up. You am smart. I'm very smart, but I'm going to up your dexterity to give you a slightly better modifier there. Yes, the robot should have good computer use. Oh yeah, droids have like no options. When it comes to feats. I forgot that. Have I ever played Fable? No, I have not. I remember hearing about it when it came out and all that, but yeah, no, just never got around to trying it. Improved caution. I love these astromech designs. They're so cute. T3 gets to be a skill monkey and not much else. That tracks. This way to the Sith base? Yes. Okay. Skill monkey, wake up, get coffee. Skill monkey, go to job. What's on your mind, Bastila? Talk to me about something?
What happened after you crashed on Taurus? I'm curious as to what you and Karth were doing before we all joined forces.
Or we were looking for you.
I realize that, of course. But surely there was more to it than a simple search. I doubt there were flashing signs pointing you in my direction. Yet somehow you found
You might be surprised.
You also avoided detection by the Sith, discovered I was a Vulcan prisoner, gained sponsorship for the race, and became the Taurus Swoop champion. That's quite a resume.
What can I say? I'm talented. I'd help.
Your modesty is admirable. But though others helped, you were the catalyst for these events.
Was
When
I?
you were chosen
I'm
to
pretty sure
join this
Karth
mission,
was, but not
I never
Karth.
expected this much from you. The Jedi could have done such things, of course, but only by drawing heavily upon the Force.
Are you trying to say I can control the Force?
The Force is in all of us, though for most people it's barely a measurable whisper. But there are some individuals outside the Jedi Order that we consider Force-sensitive. It's obvious to me that the Force has been working through you. There is no other explanation for your great success. Though I'm not certain what to make of this discovery. Perhaps if you weren't... well, if you were younger, the Jedi might take you for training. But as it is...
What are you trying to say? I'm too old to be a Jedi, but you said I could be a Jedi?
I'm speaking of things that are best left to the Jedi Council. For now, let's just accept the fact that you are gifted. Hopefully, between your
She's calling us old. I think she's just called us special, too.
Our companions, we can find a way off this planet.
When you go digging, the legend continuity Force traditions get absolutely wild. Ewok, alchemists, zombie stormtroopers, the witches of Dathomir. I only know what one of those things is. Oh. What if we just magically activated a cutscene?
What?
Good job, T3. Hey, you can't come in here. This is a restricted area. You better tell me what you're doing or I'm going to hit the alarm. The explicit ability to empower weapons with the Force to make them equal lightsabers. Huh. Well, the Witches of Dathomir are also just in canon because of that video game. I'm here for a meeting. Don't worry. I know where I have to go. Nice try. You think that just because I'm pretty, I'm also stupid? You better tell me what you're here, or I'll hit this alarm. Here's 50 credits. Oh! 50 credits? Okay, I'm drinking well tonight. Why didn't you lead with that fact? You know, it's about time somebody stood up to the Sith. Just do me a favor and wait until I'm out of here before you start blasting the place up. Can I access the reception terminal? Yes. I have no spikes left. Well, the door behind the desk seems the best option. Darth Undeadu? That's a terrible name. Wait, I don't think... Oh no, he has a blaster pistol. Okay. Wasn't spelled Undeadu? That's marginally better. What was the one George Lucas said once? Darth Icky? Yeah, but at least Darth Undeadu, you can, like... Oh, it's one of these puzzles. Thank you, human. I do not know what you're doing inside this military base, but I am grateful. Once again, I owed a debt to I can never repay. Now I must leave this place before the Sith have discovered I escaped. If you are wise, you will do the same. If the Sith capture you, I doubt they will let anyone else will come by to set you free. Okay, random alien, bye. Have a good day. She used lightsaber. It's super effective. Legends canon also gets confusing because no matter how far back you go, every ancient figure turns out to be using even more ancient knowledge from some more mysterious source. Yeah, that sounds about right. Ow. That hurt. I've had it up to here with these Sith on my plane. Hey, Joshua Mary, welcome back. Thank you for the raid. Welcome, Raiders. Good to have y'all here. We are currently raiding a Sith base. So, you know, things are going well, and why did the game pause?
Yes?
Oh, that's why. He walked right through the mine and poisoned himself. Good job, Karth. So, welcome Raiders. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Father Evan. I'm a Catholic priest, and I love looking at the intersection of faith and games here. I don't have any computer spikes. This is awkward. Well, that looks ominous. Questionable main character strategy, walking right into a mine? Yeah. Karth is, as the emote says, one brain cell.
Yes?
Yes?
It's green. It cannot be ominous. Right. So if this has become a dark side playthrough, would you be Darth Karth? No, the joke is that my name is Darth. It is Karth Devon. Thank you, Magic Robot. Oh, Magic Robot, why did you do that to us?
I'm here.
Okay, you can walk through the poison gas mine just fine because you don't have lungs. A flamethrower. Hey, robot, guess what you're getting? Oh, you can't use it yet. No, it's unfortunate. I wanted to give him a flamethrower. Can't stay now, Mom doesn't need... You can stay now, Mom doesn't need you anymore. There you go. The stream is going well. We're making progress. Feels like we're actually making a lot of progress today. So, how you doing today, Josh? What were you streaming? Were you doing some more music? Oh dear. I use the greatest horsepower known to all. Grenade throw. Good, streaming same thing as yesterday, just hanging out and listening to Spotify. Nice. Oh shoot. Let's hope this... Dang it! I wasn't paying attention to the health. Showed you chat your new single. Nice! That's awesome. Yeah, plot door.
I'm here.
What?
Just rushing through that because we've already seen it. Let's free this alien. Alright. I'm gonna save right there real quick. So we're looking for the launch codes to get off the planet. I hope we can get there before the end of the day. But it's gonna be cutting it close. Oh! Hello, big thing. Ah. Hey, boss.
Let's make this quick.
I would be stuck on those puzzles for so long. That's fair. That was actually a pretty easy switching puzzle. Still have to play this game. Had it for years, just never did. Yeah, I mean, everyone's Steam library be like that a bit. Okay. So nothing's hurting it. Aha, shield disruption. That's what I'm looking for.
Sure.
You love turn-based real-time pauses in RPGs. Yeah, in this one.
Yes?
Ooh, look at that. We got shields down.
What?
Destroy. 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 A noble sacrifice.
I'm here.
What?
By and large, I like the combat in this game, although sometimes it feels a little clunky. GG! GG easy.
What can I do?
GG, and may I say WP? WP, shake my hand. Still locked. If only we had a magic droid with us who is really good at unlocking things. Oh no, it's plot locked. I can't hack it. It seems dated, but it's okay. Yeah, I mean, it is like what, 2001? Okay, so that's the room with a bunch of people where we died. That's the armory. Maybe worth it. Oh, good. I was working on disarming that and you just had to walk through it anyway. Thank you. Turns out if you just concuss everyone, it goes much better. Don't have any computer spikes.
I'm here.
Yes?
One of your fave games is XCOM Enemy Unknown. Yeah, that game is really good. It can be really buggy though sometimes, and it can be so frustrating when it glitches out. But I do quite like XCOM Enemy Unknown. Maybe I should play it on stream sometime.
What can I do?
Sure.
Used to exclusively stream XCOM. I could see that. That works. Especially just because it has that kind of roguelike nature. Where it has to start and... Where you kind of get to a point where you're like, oh, I'm not winning this one. I'm not sure what just happened. Except that everyone got knocked out. Yeah, and procedural generation, every battle's gonna feel different. For sure, for sure. So where have I not been? I guess... Oh, medical seems like a good place to go to get med kits.
What can I do?
Attack? That's what you can do? Please? Thank you.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm blessed that where I work is a media office, and so we actually have a studio downstairs and just have tons of equipment. So I was able to have this pretty nice setup.
Yes?
What?
Okay, that console seems promising. You're really into audio, it's your passion. I get that. I can tell. He's right, Shuno. I don't know what he's right about, but he's right apparently. Oh! It's a terrifying medical droid.
Let's make this quick.
Yes?
I thought this robot was destroyed. Apparently not. I'm not winning this one. You explode yourself with a grenade. It was a concussion grenade. They threw a grenade at me. Ooh, some droid plating stuff. That's good.
Yes?
Computer Pro, yes. So Bastila is hard carrying this right now. Yeah, well, I'm several levels under where I should be. Father Evan reads the Bible ASMR edition with thuribles, saccharine bells, wine pouring, and water blessing. Isn't that just mass? I think what you're describing, Clutch, is just mass. Never done an ASMR mass. Don't know if I will do an ASMR mass, but, you know. Okay, we're gonna try this fight again. Yes, I'm saving right before it. Because I think that's really... Well, I guess reception there were 2 doors, but I doubt that's... And you get a grenade. Oh, shoot! Run away! See? They throw a grenade as well. Those jerks.
Yeah.
Don't make your will saving throws. These guys, you know? You miss having blessed water at the entrance? Shouldn't you have that again? It's Easter. Good job, team.
Yes?
But mostly Bastila. Haven't seen blessed water at your church for lay people to bless themselves with in the last 4 years? Really? That's sad. That's weird. Because, yeah, you should just have a font.
I'm here.
Oh, data pad. The power conduit we installed in the elevator seems to have solved the shield outage problem on the droid. Finish tuning it today. Huh. I mean, I think it's worthwhile to bring up. I'm guessing they probably did away with it because of COVID, but... And now maybe just out of habit, they just don't have it, so maybe it just hasn't crossed their mind. So yeah, so there's control center. I need to open up the elevator, but I don't have computer spikes. Maybe I need to go buy some, I guess, if I'm out. Or I'd get stuck on a door? Look at this. That's ridiculous. Peak gaming. Oh, it's getting lighter again. The eclipse has come and gone. We've already heard that for ourselves, even though I guess in this iteration we haven't. But anyway.
Hachu Apanki, Jishawa, and
What have you got for sale? Spikes. Great. They're $250. Yeah, I need to sell a lot to get there, I guess. All right, mods. What would you like to make as a poll today? I'll sell another shield disruptor. Sith energy shield. So I want to be able to buy at least 2 spikes. Maybe 3. I can get up to 30. Oh, never mind. It's 250. I will be save scumming these. Is there a story behind the new emotes? There is. Well, so the one brain cell, I just thought it was an idea that came to my head because, like, anytime I say the same thing as someone else in chat, I'm like, one brain cell. So I'm like, I want that emote for myself. And so I made it, and I just thought the image of a brain cell with googly eyes was funny. So it made me laugh, and that was reason enough to make it. The mushroom and no mushroom are some of the originals to the channel. I hate mushrooms. And so I joke that streaming is my platform to rage against the existence of mushrooms. So I made a yes shroom and no shroom as kind of a joke along with that. And then, yeah, the 3 together like that, that comes from the game Catechumen. Just a delightfully weird game wherein you shoot laser beams from your sword in order to free the church from the catacombs in Rome. It's a very weird game, but anyway, that is an angel. We nicknamed him Swoliel because he's super buff. Offline, upload schematics. Hack sentry droids, take sentry droids offline, take off turrets. Okay, so none of this is gonna do what I need it to. So I'm gonna bring back that that spike. But yeah, that was Swoliel who gives you the swords, and he was just so funny that we're like, you know what? I wanted to make him an emote one day. Oh, don't be afraid of Swoliel. He's on your side. All right. Oh, we have a prediction as well. Will Father Evan die less than 3 more times this stream? Ooh. And somewhere there's also a poll. Upload area schematics. So this is the same thing. So I'm confused now. Oh, I'm gonna do this real quickly. Just, I know it's... Oh, look at that. So, elevator. Okay, we're gonna load just so we can get those 2 spikes back really quickly.
Sure.
Because I get that I should go to the elevator, but the elevator was locked. Has something unlocked it and I just wasn't paying attention? Mass Effect is really good in all honesty, but so is Dragon Age Origins and Baldur's Gate. Oh yeah, Baldur's Gate is BioWare as well. That's right. I had forgotten that. I've literally not opened this door ever. There's a reason why I've never opened this door. Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 are at any rate no mistaking Baldur's Gate 3 for anything other but a Larian joint. Well, that's fair. But a very popular joint. I haven't played Baldur's Gate 3 myself. These guys are really bad at taking out a single droid. But then again, I'm terrible at taking out a single trooper. It's so weird that an entire second studio existed pretty much just to make a sequel and deconstructions to BioWare stuff. Yeah. It's the gaming world for you. Sith base pass card. I bet that's what I've been looking for.
What can I do?
Oh, I'm out of healing kits. That's good. That's good.
Yes?
I'm sure there's no way this could go poorly, ascending to the second part of the base without...
Who dares to break
it's a
my
boss.
meditation? You will pay for interrupting my...
There is force healing, but I'm not high enough level for it.
The force is strong with you. Very strong. Who would have thought a force adept could be found on this insignificant planet? But your talent is no match for a disciple of the dark side.
It won't lead you to anything but
Spoken like
destruction.
a true drone of the Jedi Council. We Sith, however, have learned to embrace the potential of the dark side. It is what gives us strength. This meeting is a stroke of luck for me. My master.
I see Happy Citic has used capitalism to make Dragon Age the best. Or Mass Effect, sorry.
What can I do?
I think I've been poisoned.
What? How? What poisoned you? That was weird.
Sure.
Yes, fear my droid. No, fear my droid. I put it on to KOTOR, you were outnumbered. Oh no! Other people! I just got a quick entry of 200 viewers. Well, that would be interesting, but... Where does this autosave take? Wouldn't this have just been the elevator? Oh no. Well, let's go buy some more healing. One, Of course, we don't really have a ton of time left.
What?
Ah, step 0 in clutch. Thousands, I tell you. Well, you could get more father jokes. And if I could ever get Meep to work properly again. I don't know why. It's like he works one day, then he doesn't another. I may have to look into other website platforms to make it work. I need to talk to some other streamers, see what they use. Spend my points by testing Meep. We put Meep to the test, and he often fails. And getting scammed, just like Map Hack. Well, yeah. Please, human, I am injured and I'm in need of assistance. These children keep hitting me and kicking me.
Get out of here, you goggle-eyed freak! You're too ugly for the upper city.
You kids are jerks.
Go back to where you came from. We don't
Go
want
up, bald
your
head,
crap
go
back
up. And lo, he turned and cursed them in the name of the Lord, and 2 she-bears came out of the woods. Leave
What
that
do
kid.
you care what happens to some scummy alien? He's just a freak.
Yeah, he isn't even supposed to be in the upper city.
Just because he's different, doesn't give you a right to attack. Yeah.
Come on, let's go. I don't want to listen to this alien lover anymore.
Thank you, human. I was returning from a visit with a work associate when these children attacked me and chased me through the streets. Aw, here, have a med pack. You are too kind, human. Thank you for your generosity. Most of your kind here on Terrace care little for aliens like myself. Once more, thank you for saving me from those children. I must leave. Take leave of you now. My life may be wondering where I am. Yeah, why didn't the Athorian let out its roar? Like, that's a thing. Wait, this is the apartments. This is where I want to go. Like, that Athorian could have just pushed those kids over. Now, the Athorians are, like, super, devout to their life partner. Like, when they mate in lore, so, as far as I understand it.
Welcome back.
I like Athorians, they're
you-
cool. I need some healing.
Welcome back.
I also
Of course.
need to see what you have for sale. Guess I don't use these too much. I should use these more, but there. Now we can buy pretty good. We can buy 10 med packs. I have 3 credits to my name. Oh, why can't I have 3 bunnies and no kids? Take out a high interest loan with a loan shark. It'll be okay. Well, I think it'll be especially okay because if I leave this planet behind, you know, what's the loan shark gonna do? Go through the Sith blockade to track me down and get the money back? Break my kneecaps? I'll be a Jedi by then. I don't think this game had loans in mind though. Okay, so that's that side. So is Barrett's secondary that side? Yes. Great. Oh, I don't have nearly enough spikes to overload that power conduit. Never mind. I was hoping it would be 1. How is a young Jedi supposed to go to Jedi Academy and buy an 09 Camaro at 24% interest rate? Exactly. Do you know how much Jedi Academy costs? Those student loans are outrageous. Good job, Karth.
What can I do?
See, and this is why I saved. Because I don't know what happened there, but apparently everyone rolled to miss except the enemy. Two. Gale is counting. Which way did you vote, Gale, on the prediction? Oh, make it 3. The answer is no, I will not die less than 3 times for the rest of this stream. You can't participate because you established the poll? What is Twitch trying to do? Prevent collusion with channel points? Truly blessed to watch this longer stream. Yeah, it's been nice having the longer Monday streams.
What?
Yes?
What?
That said, I think this is going to be a good place. Well, I'm going to make a save just before this boss, and we're going to try him one more time. If we don't beat him, that's where we'll pick up next week. So, one shot.
Who dares? Who?
Yes?
Yes?
Karth, you want to attack him, or... Oh, you've been frozen.
Yes?
Sorry, robot. Downloading American Truck Simulator, about to go tattoo a huge eagle on your arm and grow a Hulk Hogan mustache. And they're like, oh yeah, brother.
What can I do?
Defeat this Sith? Nope. Or not. Can't win them all. But we'll try again next week, because that is a perfect place to call it. So thank you so much to everyone for tuning in to Let Us Play. I've been your host, Father Evan. There's been some more Knights of the Old Republic. We're going to keep doing this for RPG Monday. Hopefully we'll beat it one day. Tomorrow for Retro Tuesday, more Super Mario 64, so I hope to see you there. Thank you to everyone who's liked, followed, subscribed, lurked, all that good jazz. Everyone who's helped build this community up, and I hope everyone has a great rest of their day. Take care, God bless, and let's see who's live to raid. Speaking of Baldur's Gate, Yuha is playing Baldur's Gate. We're going to send you on over there. Go give him some lots of good meat more excitement, love. Yuha's a good guy. If you haven't followed him, give him a follow. You just notice the hotkey. Byzantine approves. All right, let's go. I love my hotkey. I've had this hotkey for like 8 years now. It's one of my favorite devotions. But yeah, gonna send you over to Yuha. I hope everyone has a great rest of their day. Take care and God bless.